Look at this. The president of Ireland has sent a Christmas card with no Merry Christmas. I think he actually does require some education. I think he needs some quality education. Maybe the people from Ireland will not vote for him next time so he can stay home and learn the things that he should have learned when he was a child. Yes, Christmas is about Jesus. Sometimes about Santa, but regardless, you're supposed to say Merry Christmas if you're going to actually try and engage the Christians with a Christmas card. But then again, it's almost like this wasn't his idea. This was something he stole. He stole the homework from the United Nations. And it seems that, yeah, like the United Nations do not like these things like identity. You're not supposed to have an identity. You're supposed to be a cog in a machine. You're supposed to be a human resource that pumps the economy. This is your purpose in life. And so no more Christmas, no more Islam, no more religion. No more national borders. We are people of the earth. And of course, as citizens of the earth, we only have obligations. Like the United Nations do not owe us anything. We only have the obligation to work and to pay taxes and shut the fuck up. Anyway, I was looking at it and I noticed that a lot of people have only negative things to say. And there's many reasons for it. Number one, they haven't updated their propaganda for decades. Like, it's the same old shit. And this is the type of shit that would work on a 5-year-old or maybe a person without internet. Any type of individual that actually touches this number 4, the quality of education, can laugh and mock all of these things here. And take into account, like, these things were not put up for debate. Like, I never talked in Romania about like what my representative should go to the United Nations and promote, right? Like these things just come down from the top. So look how retarded they are, like absolutely fucking retarded. The first one, no poverty. This is like one of those things that you tell a midwit to feel good, but it's something that can never be done. Like it cannot be accomplished unless you have communism, actually. Yeah, unless you have communism. Let me explain to you why you can't accomplish the idea of no poverty. So let's go back in time. Let's go to the year 1200. We're in the medieval time period, and let's think about the richest man on earth. Who could have been the richest man in 1200? Like, I don't know, probably some emperor, right? And he lives in a castle made out of stone. He's surrounded by servants. All right. Now let's look at modern day America and take an average American that goes to work, lives on medium wage, he's got a car, lives in a house, can shit inside his house, doesn't have to go out in the pivy. He can eat foods from all over the world. He can travel all over the world. He's got access to amenities that a medieval king has never fathomed. Any medieval king in history would exchange places with that American in a heartbeat. And we're talking about a medium earning income American, right? So now let's look about poverty. The richest person in the world in the past does not even remotely compete with a person today that has a medium income. And so you can say that we have abolished poverty from that perspective, right? Like if our average citizens have access to more amenities than the kings of old, we have abolished poverty, right? Well, no, because the average citizen is not the wealthiest. Like, you have more rich people. You have people like Jeff Bezos, right? So, like, no matter how much we progress, no matter how much shit we're going to produce, there will always be the concept of poverty because people, they compare each other. So the person that lives today is not going to compare himself with the medieval king from the past. He's going to compare himself with Jeff fucking Bezos. And as such, in his mind, he is poor. But in reality, he can be wealthier than most people on earth. So this itself is a lie. Like, they're not saying reduce poverty. They're saying no poverty. This is not even wishful thinking. It's absolutely retarded. Like, it's got no practical application. This is propaganda for the midwits. Zero hunger. How many people die of hunger in Ireland of all places. Like, even if you can't work, you get welfare in Ireland. People die from obesity in Ireland. Again, they need to update their propaganda. Or maybe, like, this could actually work for a village in Zimbabwe, like somewhere there. Why are they giving the same shit to the people in Ireland? This goes to show just how much they care and just how much they give a fuck. Like, all of these, obviously, require the government to have more power, right? Like, give more power to bureaucracy, give more money to bureaucracy, and the bureaucracy in exchange will help you, but the bureaucracy doesn't even give a fuck of printing flyers that would be, like, region-specific. Like, what do the people in Ireland care about? They don't care about hunger. They're not starving. Like, the potato famine doesn't happen today, right? So, like, you give the flyers with the hunger to the South Africans, and you give the flyers with something else to Ireland. Good health and well-being. Another vacuous talking point. People grow old. As they grow old, they grow sick. People die. What do you mean, like, good health and well-being? And again, compared to what? Even if you have, like, the best medical system on earth, people still get sick. They will still complain. Quality education. Not everyone has to be educated. Someone has to drive the trucks. I mean, it requires an education. You need to read and write. But, like, not everyone needs to know gender studies, right? Is gender studies a quality education, though? Is being a lesbian dance master a quality education? Well, even those people require truckers to have things delivered to them. Usually when the left talks about quality education, they mean, like, university, right? You don't need a university to be a trucker. And you know what? You probably make more money as a trucker than being a university student. No, not everyone needs, quote-unquote, quality education. Some people need to know how to lay bricks. And by the way, there is this stigma, apparently, that I see on the left. Like, there's the stigma that if you don't get a quality education, it's bad, right? Like, you need to get the quality education to avoid doing the menial work. It's like, well, I'm sorry, the society can't function without plumbers. It can't function without bricklayers. Can't function without truckers. But society can actually function without gender studies majors. Do you know that, was it like Germany that shut down most of its, like, nuclear physics positions at universities and opened, like, 100 and more gender studies things? Like, there was a meme. I have to check it out. But it had basis in reality, so I just want to point out that you can turn people into cretins with education if done improperly, right? Like, you send them to some gender studies shit, where you indoctrinate them and push propaganda down their throat, and then they think they're educated. It's not like they finished med school or some nuclear physics department, no. But they're educated, right? Like, they have a diploma, just like the quantum physicist. Gender equality. Why would I even want gender equality? Why would I want my wife to behave like a man? Why would my wife want me to behave like a woman? No, like, genders are equal under the law, but they should be different. Like, difference is good. Is that not the case anymore, or everyone has to be the same? We need communism, right? Everyone needs to behave the same, be the same. Clean water and sanitization. This is probably the only point on the list that I have nothing against. Affordable and clean energy, no such thing. You either have clean energy or affordable. You can't get both. Unless you go nuclear, but I remember the UN made propaganda when I was a kid. It was called Captain Planet. I'm not kidding. Like, if you watch those cartoons again, you will see just how blatant the propaganda is. And nuclear is bad. They even had a villain. Decent work and economic growth. I mean, yeah, of course, this is the most important thing, right? The economic growth. Like, it triumphs everything. Everything goes down to how much money you're making. It's not like stable families, raising kids. Like, notice how that is not everywhere on this list, right? Like, raising kids, family, religion, none of that. Economic growth. Okay, fine. Economic growth is good. Decent work. What the fuck does that mean, though? Like, there are some works that are indecent. What is indecent work? That lady that took 100 cocks on a documentary? Is that indecent work? I think like the United Nations may actually like that. I don't know. I don't know if they want to stop it. Like, how can they stop? What argument would they have, huh? I mean, there are arguments against it, but like the United Nations doesn't support religion, so I don't know. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Okay, 2 points that I agree. Yes, industry, innovation, and infrastructure are good. Although I would point out that innovation, especially in the latest years, seemed to be focused predominantly on surveillance. Did you notice that shit? Like every new innovation that we get, every new gadget that we get, has like more surveillance built into it. So at this point, I'm starting to become skeptical. It's like, isn't it good what we have already? Like, if innovation means more spying on people, then perhaps, maybe no. If you can get rid of the spying, then yes, innovation is good. Reduced inequalities. How much is the person at the UN making? Or how much is the president of Ireland making? No, serious question. I know people at the European Union, they make around like 10,000 euros a month. How much is the president of Ireland making? Right? How much is the person sent to the UN? How much do they make a month? Okay, so those people who probably make more than I do, more than I do in a year, they make it a month. They're the ones that want to reduce inequality. I think there's a little bit of a conflict of interest there. I don't trust them. I don't think they will do it. I don't think that they will lower their wage so that they be closer to how much I'm earning. No fucking way. Do you believe them, Chad? Do you believe that they're going to renounce their privileges and wealth so they get closer to how much you're making? Will the politicians renounce the perks? Sustainable cities and communities. Like what? Up until now we had unsustainable cities? Has there been a single city that crashed down because of unsustainability? Responsible consumption and production. How will you even do this? What if someone doesn't want to be responsible with his consumption? How are you punishing him? This is the question that you need to ask. It's like, okay, you want responsible consumption and production. What if someone doesn't want to? Like, you have a person that gorges themselves. What is the punishment? A fine? Are you going to ration the food? Again, no one is dying from hunger. Are you going to put rations? Climate action. Okay, how much taxpayer money do I need to pay? How can you have climate action and at the same time industry innovation? Because the regulations from the climate just absolutely destroy the industry innovation. Compare the European Union to the United States. Life below water. What the fuck? Am I going to be sleeping with the fishes? Like, once you implement number 1, 2, 3, 4, and you reach all the way to 14, I'm already underwater. I'm sleeping with the fishes. Huh? Life on land. Jesus. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Well, I mean, after you terrified me with all of these things, I don't know if I want strong institutions. I think I'm going to vote for the clown pill. Send the clown pill to the United Nations. I want weak institutions. I want extremely weak institutions because it seems that the institutions are too involved with my personal life. Like, I prefer, this, like infrastructure and shit, this is good. A little bit of clean water and sanitization, also good, but everything else you can go fuck yourself. How about that? I want to have irresponsible consumption. I want to eat the hamburger. I don't want to eat the bugs. Partnership for the goals. Right. When you're going to be talking, as I mentioned, about family, religion, national history, patriotism, and you're going to send me a Christmas card with actual Christ on it, and maybe a Santa Claus or some shit, then we can talk about partnership. Right now, it seems that it's antagonism. Is this the correct word in the English? Antagonist. They're antagonistic. And they're antagonistic because they're not consulting the people. Like, literally no one asked me about any of those things, and no one asked any of my friends about any of these things. But apparently, I'm supposed to believe that they're good. Okay, what if I don't? What is the punishment? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys there. Take care.